Alright, I'm recording. Now we're coming outside.
Hey, look. Look at them.
Yeah, they're fixing up. There's all people. Come on, kids. It's windy. It's going to be hard to hear anything. Sam, I can't keep spinning around, bud. Alright, come on. Alright, here's the dump. That's us. There's the apartment building they're building.
There it is.
I'm trying not to shake too much, but I know this is going to be shaky. So I'll restart when we get over there. Alright, here we are across the road. Our apartment building's over there. We're on the 15th floor, but we're around back. So now we're going over toward this building that they are building, and this is a common dirt road. You can go up to the road up there, but it's smoky, and I just prefer the quiet road. And it's kind of bottles, and you'll see those from time to time, I guess. And this is a garage. Somebody in the apartment building behind us wanted to build a garage, so they bolted over here. Alright, we'll continue on. Alright, here we are up at this building. I think they're working on the 14th or the 15th floor. A couple of cranes over top of our head. You can see that it's bolted onto the, I don't know, what do you call those, the supports, the main supports. The other one on the other building, other side is too. Cherry tree blooming. There's a pretty nice house over here. It looks like they fixed it up. Common fence. Tires to keep people from driving on the garden there. You can see what the road is back here.
There's a cherry tree.
Yes, that's a cherry tree, sweetheart.
And has a lot of holes.
A lot of holes? That's the windows. That's where the windows are going to be. Alright, we'll keep walking. Alright, here's an example of a run-down old place. I mean, it doesn't have a roof, so I assume nobody's living in that one. But you'd be surprised what people do actually still live in out here. But not that, I'm sure. Here's the other side. What, this big green one? Yeah, that's neat. I guess this is some kind of part of the drainage system for this building. This all used to be a big hill a couple of years ago, and the trucks would come daily, all day long, every day, and just fill up with dirt and take it away. The hill was there because there's actually a building behind that one that they built several years ago, and all the dirt that they dug out they put here, and then they dug this out. I don't know where they put that, but they decided to put another building next to it. It's just looking back. And on forward. Right, here's another little house.
Hey, look at it.
We're just coming up the path just a little bit here.
Look at the fence.
Oh, the colorful fence, yeah, they made it nice. There's a little house. Here's another one. Yeah, I can't quite see. You can see where that fell apart now. I'm sure somebody's still living in there. But you can see that just that whole thing fell apart. Wait, just a minute, Ange. See, it's log underneath and timber, whatever you want to call that, and then brick over top of it. But a lot of times the brick underneath, it just bows and eventually breaks. So, but somebody's still in there, I'm sure. And it may even be a shared house. Like this may be one family and this is another one here, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe not a whole family, one person, I don't know. But anyway, maybe separated living quarters. Now there's the building behind it I was telling you about, that they put all the dirt here and then they put this out here when they built this one. Haven't gone very far. We're just stopping like every 20 steps. Yeah, this is in the bottom of there's a little store where we bought all my computer stuff when my computer conked out and I had to get a new one. Alright, moving forward. You can see here, this is, I don't know what kind of warehouse they use that for, a store or something. And this one way out there, I took a video a long time ago, but I don't know if I ever posted it. That was a building we were going to buy our apartment in several years ago, before we actually did move here, like maybe 6 years ago. And it was supposed to be completed in, I don't remember the year, but maybe 2011. Well, it's completed, but nobody's still living there yet because it's not completely completed. So we'd have been waiting for an apartment for a very long time, and that's actually a common thing. That's why people here prefer not to buy apartments until the building is finished, because there's no real telling of when it'll be finished, no matter what they say. There's lots of unfinished buildings around here that just were abandoned. I guess they ran out of money. So, okay, moving on. Okay, we just come to the next intersection. There's a good example over there of where I'm talking about the brick Bowie. Now, hey kids, can you not scream when I'm trying to make a video here? And you can see where they put up the metal. I guess that's metal over there to hopefully prevent it from bowing out and breaking. Stuff that. But it, you know, it may break eventually. But anyway, that's just to buy some time, I guess. And we're going on to the next part of this road, and that one's worse than this one, for sure. Oh. This little house here. There's the hardware store up there. That striped building. All right, moving on. Here's an example of what I like to call Ukrainian personal responsibility. In America, you would never see something like this. It's just basic. Angela, can you not step on that, please?
Why?
Get off of it.
Why?
There's a big hole right here. It just goes down. I don't know if you can really see in there, but that's water. Samuel, back up a little bit, buddy. I know you're curious. And they covered it partially with a tire. That's the kind of warning. So if you're not paying attention, you fall in there, that's your own fault. That's your personal responsibility. In America, of course, you'll be quarantined off and, you know, lawsuits and all that. But here, that's, sometimes they just give you a tire. Sometimes if they have a big hole, they just put a stick sticking out of it, like a big branch, so you know not to run over the giant hole. Not usually one that deep, because that would be a very deep branch, but maybe one that's a couple feet deep. So anyway, just what you get used to. All right, moving on. All right, here's an example of one of those unfinished buildings I was talking about. This is a main intersection up there where that building is. It's just like 1 block away from here. And that's been there as long as I can remember. They started building that several years ago and just stopped.
Before this one. They built that one first.
Yeah, they started building that before our house, which has already been there a few years. Our apartment building. And they just stopped. I mean, you can see they got pretty far as the structure. But there's a crane there and everything, but don't be fooled. That crane's been there forever too. So I guess they just run out of money. Maybe investors or whatever it is, I don't know, but it just sits there. And we're still going forward. There's that pink building I pointed out a little while ago. Alright, so we're just coming up to another intersection. There's that pink building. It's just a little neighborhood back there. I don't think I actually talked about the road, but you can look down and see, you know, it's obviously a dirt road, but it's that's actually fairly good for some of the roads around here. But you can just imagine how much worse that is with snow and ice when everything's frozen. And you could probably tell through the camera that it's actually really dusty. Dust is just something you get used to. But anyway, it's nice. There's I don't know if you can see that, a little cloud of dust shooting behind him. So, alright, moving ahead. This guy actually made this fence a few years back. I remember he made it from pallets. He just pulled the pallets apart. It's actually a really nice fence. Super high. I mean, I don't know how high that is there. Probably 8 feet.
The white things.
What white things?
Blowing everywhere.
Oh, that's from the cherry tree. That's the leaves up here. See? So we haven't come too far. We're just the basic stuff. You know, I mean, it's obviously not America. We know that, you know, and I don't ever want to seem like I'm knocking Ukraine, because, yeah, we got family here. It's home for us now, so it is what it is. I'm just making simple observations, so just showing this so that everybody could see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it. So, And hey, this is where what we're used to. And certainly the kids don't really know much different. I mean, they know the difference, but you know, we don't just sit around and like complain or anything. Alright. So, and it is interesting what people do, like this whole pallet fence. That's a pretty cool idea. It's very hey Angela. It's a good use of natural things, natural resources. I mean, not really natural resources, but you get it. Stuff that's readily available. Available resources, how about that? Readily available materials. Alright, come on, Sammy. Here's a beautiful little scene with these really pretty trees. What? It's a what? I know, it's neat. I was just saying. Kind of, you look down, got this. But look up. Got all these beautiful trees right around us. It's really pretty. I'd be in a garden somewhere. There's a nice little house. This is kind of a nice little neighborhood. Hey, a stray cat. Come up, say hi. Oh, not too friendly. Alright, come on, kids. So here's somebody's little garden they've made. Again, using available resources. They little tire planters. And they'll be growing stuff, flowers and stuff. People out here love flowers. Flowers, art, music, nice trees. Angela, why are you walking through somebody's garden? Angie, don't do that. Come on. Like I said, nice little house. Oh, I was saying about the road, it's actually nice that people took rocks and filled up some of these holes. And it obviously doesn't last forever, but it's better than people driving through them, the big holes. Oh, and here's another thing. They paint the bottom of the trees in the spring. And I don't know, it's just kind of neat. Not really sure why, it just makes it look fresh. There's a little house that got a bunch of little buildings back there. Satellite. Oh yeah, and the good old water pump. Okay, don't get wet over there. There's a water pump in every neighborhood. Actually, I think almost per block. People come out here, still fill up their water. They also have water trucks that position themselves here and there. Alright, come on. When it gets hot in the summer and our feet get dusty in the sandals and stuff, we'll come wash our feet off. We'll wash our heads off if it's really hot. Alright, come on, kids.
Look, it drains in here.
Hopefully I can hear the whole audio on this. I hope I don't put this in the computer and realize that I can't hear anything. Angela. Let's go. Alright, still moving on. We've really not gone very far. I mean, I don't know how long it seems, but you can just see our building right back there. It's only been a few blocks, but it kind of represents a lot of Kharkov, I guess, just on this little walk. Although we're not up on the main road, so we don't get that view. I'll do another one of that sometime. You can see some of the old concrete buildings. They have built two different kind of buildings, mainly. Well, three now that they use the newer ones. They have those old concrete buildings, and those are supposed to be the kind of the hard ones, especially because they're not insulated. It's just concrete, so it kind of keeps you cold in the winter, and I don't know about the summer, but maybe a little damp. And then they have, I can't see from here, but they have block buildings that are made out of I guess it's limestone blocks. Alright, I have to talk to her because she's making me repeat myself. Okay, so as I was saying, we have one kind that's concrete, another that's block, and what I assume this is here, which would be insulated over top of block. So it's got a little bit of like styrofoam basically on the outside, and then like they would make houses in Florida. And then I don't know, what do you call that? Stucco, kind of? Something like that. And otherwise it's just stucco over block, but the third kind, I guess, is ones with a little bit of insulation. That's what our building is back there. It's kind of nice. I don't know if I noticed a huge difference between houses that do and don't have it, but probably especially with the concrete houses. But anyhow, people can make those very nice. All of these, no matter what the buildings look like on the outside, whether it's new or old, people can make the apartments inside, and often do make them look very nice. Here's a little bit of road for you, a bit of the gambit. And this is, I guess, what you'd call repaired. So just imagine what it looked like before the repair. Alright, we're actually going to go over there to that food store, which is this roof right here with the windows. And here are these big pipes, and I have yet to determine exactly what's in them. I assume it's water, but that would be a lot of water. It's a massive amount of water. I don't know where it's going. To the buildings and stuff, I guess. So it comes all the way back there, goes all the way back over the creek. There's a bridge and just keeps going. I've never seen the end of it. But this whole area is lots and lots of apartment buildings in here. They actually call it the Great Wall, you know, like the Great Wall of China, because there's just one building after another up there on the main road, and this just goes on. So, all right, kids.
I'm gonna go to the playground around there, then go.
You want to go to the playground?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to go? We can do that. What?
I want to go to the playground too.
Okay, let's go. Here's a quick shot. I guess I turned it off too soon, so you can see how far the pipe just kind of goes on to infinity. Like I said, I've never seen the end of it. We are about to head over here to the playground. I think the playground's actually... Oh, we can go here, the back way.
Yeah,
so they're going to the playground. Here's kind of an idea of what it looks like up on the main road, where I told you just one building after another. You can see the tops, and it just goes on kind of forever. They're going over here to the playground. Somebody out there drying their clothes, or what is that, blankets or something. And just a little playground. Here's some of the other buildings around. Here's some more personal responsibility. Don't touch the wires. We know what happens then. Personal responsibility, they're big on it. Okay, it's a lot better than making everything, you know, safe. Here's the electrical building. All the apartment buildings have them. I'm not sure if there's one for every building. That may control a few, but I guess it's basically kind of like a little power station for each one, or at least where all the electric's routed. I don't know. I'm not somebody who's into that stuff, so I can't really give a detailed description. But anyway, there's one for every few buildings probably. Here's some of these interesting trees they have. They just kind of grow straight up. That's a common tree. I don't know what it's called. And if I did, I would only know what it is in Russian, so don't think it would help anyway. Where'd they go? Oh, they're playing on that little swing. Oh, and this, I think they use that for ice skating over it. Oh no, it's concrete, so maybe they use it for, oh, probably hockey. They probably use it for hockey in the winter. Maybe in the summer for street hockey type stuff. They may even use it for soccer. Alright, here we go. We just left the playground. Here's little markets over here, just in the middle of the apartment buildings. People come get fruit, bread, little products, whatever.
What are products?
Products, I don't know. Kitty litter, dog food, apples, toilet paper, tissues. We're going over here to another playground. There's a couple of dogs harassing us a minute ago, but I would have taped it. But they weren't genuine strays because they had collars on. Otherwise, I'd have taken a picture for you. But maybe we'll run into some others. There are not as many strays as there used to be. They got rid of a lot of them for the soccer, whatever, the European Cup. A lot of them they just shot, I guess. I know they rounded them up. Oh, one of the ladies that we visit, well, the lady that we visit around the corner from us, she had a little dog. She's just an old lady. She wasn't able to walk with him or anything, so she would let him out and run around sometimes. And I guess they pulled up one night, just shot it. I guess they figured it was a stray, so that's kind of how they dealt with the dog problem. There's no SPCA, put it that way. I mean, I heard that there is something like that, but apparently not very active. I guess they're kind of lenient.
They killed a lot now, and they're gonna have babies, and there's gonna be more.
Yeah, eventually the ones that they do have will have babies, puppies. All right, come on, kids. There's a playground in sight. The other one. There you go, off to the playground. And this is Great Wall here. Just goes on for quite a ways. A lot of people come out. As soon as the weather got warm, lots of people came out. And look, there's some kind of, I don't know what that is. Maybe I don't know what you call those, like moon bouncer type of thing. I don't know what that's going to be. But anyway, there's the main road up there, Klutchkolskaya. Our apartment building is down that way on Klutchkolskaya, or just a block behind it. Just basically the same stuff. Tram. See, I don't know if you see the tram up there. Tram, which there's tracks that run along the road, side of the road. You can go up and down, catch buses, make it to the subway, take a tram wherever you're going. There's lots of public transportation, which is really nice. That's one of the big bonuses here. Here's one up close at a concrete building. It's like Venice Beach out here. Everybody working out. Oh, as we're getting buff. A little, you know, abs of steel out here. Oh, look at that. Triceps of steel. Should have lats of steel. I'm getting the battery sign, low battery sign, but here's looks like they're starting to build a kiosk over here. Just breaking ground now, putting the poles, marking. Something to sell, I don't know, bread, items, whatever. Just like we saw a minute ago. So there's some buses picking people up. Here's Klutchkolskaya. And there's a tram up there. It's going to take off after the light turns green, I guess. Or maybe it's there, there it goes. Another bus, lots of buses. It's a main drag, so, oh, watch out. Truck coming, get in the dirt. Get in the dirt. Somebody coming up behind us, they're working on something. There's a dust cloud following them. Woo. Where's Sammy?
Over here.
All right. The kids ready to go home and get some chicken, eat some chicken?
Yes.
All right, come on then. Yeah, there's a tram. People getting on. People already got off. More buses. There's a close-up of that building. They actually did just start doing something. This, where's my finger? Here on these blocks. They just started adding those recently, but I don't see anybody up there. Maybe they're inside working, but you know, they weren't working all this time. So it's good if it's going to finally become something, but who knows when. Not holding my breath. And just walking. There's some pallets right there. A potential fence. Lots of people out. It's the middle of the day, so. But up the hill, where's my finger? Oh, up there is where is like downtown, I guess you call it. Lots more big buildings and stuff up there. We're at the bottom of the hill. What'd you say, Ange? Go to where?
The little kittens.
The little kid what? Oh, kittens? No, it's too late. I was going to go to the kittens, but we'll do that tomorrow or later today. Well, because we need to go home and get something to eat, kids. Come on. There's a little path home. This is Budman, the hardware place where we got most of the stuff for our apartment. There's that building in front of the building they're building. Why did you just walk through there?
It's a drive.
Doesn't matter. You don't know that till you step in it. Here's another food store called Kharkov. It used to be Class Niet Eco Market. Just another food store. It's got stuff upstairs too. A neat little kids place. Kind of like a miniature Chuck E. Cheese type of thing. Basically you can just run around and they have some inflatable stuff up there. It's kind of expensive out here, but it's anyway, they enjoy it. And it's only, what, 2 blocks away from my house. Okay, why do you feel like you have to mess around with it to find out what part isn't dry? Sammy, что папа сказал? Angela, а? Слышал, да? Leave the mud alone. It was much harder when they were really little, especially when Sam and I would go into the apartment building full of sand everywhere, and he'd fall down and just be covered in sand, or at the playground. But it's still kind of a major thing when they fall now, trip, and just get covered in whatever you happen to fall in. Anyway, bunch of building supplies, building materials. So this was actually really fortunate. This place used to be called Sloan, which means elephant, and it changed hands before we bought our apartment, but at any rate, it was nice to have stuff real close like that. I mean, we're only a couple blocks away, so. As a matter of fact, I can't see. I can see it with my eyes, so maybe you can see it on the video, but that is Irina's parents' building, and we're right there. Not that building, but behind it. So that's pretty close. By the way, here's another unfinished building. The hardware store is right back there. And here's another unfinished building they started a long time ago, before I ever came. I think they put up this wall right about the time I first came here. Back in 04? No, 05, something like that. But anyway, it's about like 3 or 4 floors at the tallest point. And who knows how long it'll be there. Nobody's doing anything with it, that's for sure. Just another example. I guess eventually it'll be snatched up, but who knows when. Even the people that are building a new building decide to build behind it, not on the road, so it's obviously not an ideal spot. Nobody wants to breathe that. Here's our intersection. Come on, Sammy, Andrew, let's go. And our building is right down there. You can see that blue one. I guess that's it. Shout out, Andrew. Little scooter guy. Here's another finished building. Well, no, it's actually finished on the outside, but they never put anybody in it. Now it just sits there. You get a better view from the front, but I'm not going down that way. It's just empty, just sits there. It's got all the ducts and stuff hanging from the ceiling. Okay, my battery went bad and recharged it. Mommy's back, so now we're joined by lovely Irina. And 3 of us are walking. I'll stop walking for a minute. This is our building right here. We're gonna go see the kittens, the stray cats that were left under the bridge. Sam will have some food. Chicken skin.
Chicken bones.
Chicken fixins. Chicken bones and whatever pieces. Alright, we're going. Our building right back there. This little creek is the only place I ever saw leeches in my life. They're probably not there yet because it's not warm enough, but they'll be there in the warm weather. This was actually a really massive tree that they just cut down. Why don't you two go over there to the trunk so we can show how big that is. It is much bigger than any of the other trees. Just the trunk is, you know, just as a matter of fact, you can see the branches. Just the branches were like several trees. Go ahead, stand up against it or something. I can't really see here. There we go. That gives you a perspective of how wide it is. It's really a huge tree. And they just kind of cut it, and I'm not sure why they left that dangle up top, but make a tunnel through it now. Anyway, I guess it was part dead, and you can see kind of smashed up some stuff. They would cut it, and they would have rope hung here, so they would cut something and it would hang just like that. And the guys were up there in the trucks, and nobody got hurt. I was praying for it. Alright, we're moving again. By the way, this is a parking lot. The people in the apartment buildings park their cars here and just come down here, pick them up. There's a house over there with some kind of stuff. I don't know why it's there. Maybe they're using it for firewood. I don't know. There's another crane. They're building another building. I've got to catch up. Now this is there's a tree. There's our building. This is a really neat little trail that we have along the creek. People go down there and have little picnics and stuff. We walk on this trail a lot. Angie likes to climb on this tree. If you can see in the ground, It's horse prints. Sometimes, I guess people walk the horses along here. Goats too. People raise the goats. And this basically goes up to where we were earlier out there to the food stores. Is out that way. You just go up to the right when you get to the end of this trail. Well, when you get up to that intersection. This trail actually goes on for a few miles, as far as I know at least. I walked pretty far on it and never saw the end. Alright, continuing on the trail. Sorry, it's going to be a little bumpy here for just a moment. Trying to be as steady as I can. I wanted to actually go over here. This is another one of those personal responsibility things. Don't fall in the hole. Obviously some kind of waterworks or something. I don't know what exactly that has to do with, or if it's still working or active or what. But anyway, this is our quiet little spot. Hopefully it didn't get too crowded whenever that building gets built and filled. Yay!
We used to have a picnic there.
Yeah, we did have a picnic back here with Jake and the other era one time. You don't remember that, do you?
No, I do.
Do you?
Yes.
Did we or did we not play frisbee?
We played frisbee, Mom said.
Oh, Mom said. See, you didn't remember, but that's okay. Yeah, you were pretty young. You were just a little guy.
And you couldn't even walk. I said, was Angie a baby?
Angie was probably in the stroller back then, yeah.
Angie was a baby.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so there's some people doing picnics and stuff up there. I'm gonna catch up. Here's another. This is probably like the fourth one. I never realized how many there are until I started filming them. Here's another one. Don't fall in that hole either. Sometimes that stuff's on fire down there because I guess some of the people around here throw their garbage down there and just light it. But you know, we learn quick.
This one is not deep.
We learn quick. Don't. It's not deep till you fall in it.
Look, it's deep.
It actually does go down.
Somebody lives in there.
Maybe, but there's usually lots of times. Well, not usually. I guess not since the fall. No, it was burning stuff in the winter. Anyway, just another excellent example. All right, watch out, Sammy. We don't want you to like teach us a lesson.
I'm just looking if it's big.
I know it's a curiosity, isn't it?
It's pretty
There's
big.
that building. It is big. You can still see our blue building back there. Just to give you a frame of reference. This is really neat. This is probably my favorite place out here. It's quiet and just peaceful. A bit serene, I guess. Much as we get out here. Kind of a neat skyline view.
Did you point out the recycled fences?
I said something earlier about the guy up near Vostok who made the one out of pallets. But yeah, that's their standard fence. Sometimes like rusted metal bits, other times just wood scraps or whatever. I mean, it's old, but that's actually a lot of wood.
Why?
Little house. And that guy, those trees he planted, because I've seen him out there tending that area, growing stuff. There's Sam and Angie playing in the field, playing in the grass. So it's fun. It's kind of like living near Valley Forge, next to it. Watch out for the holes. And then here's the pipe. Here's the other end of the pipe. We were, if you remember, we were up there at that pink building earlier. We walked. Where's that? I think I'm pointing at the blue building now, right? So we walked all the way up there to the pink building, played at the playground, came back up on Klutchkolskaya, walked back. And then my battery died right up there at the corner. Now we walk back down here and up the path. So kind of a big rectangle, or figure eight maybe. And here's the pipe. And if you remember, I was saying, oh, don't go to the right or the left. Definitely not the left. if you remember, I was saying that it just kind of goes on forever. I don't know how far on that side it goes, but I've never seen the end of it either. And it's quite an amazing construction. Just kind of snakes around everywhere. It comes out here, and goes over there, goes back there again, and in there into infinity and beyond. All right, we're about to catch up with the kittens.
Put the food there.
Yeah, this is where kittens were. We found them a couple days ago. We were walking by and a little black one peeked out.
Probably mom cat took them out somewhere else.
You think?
Yeah,
Well, they weren't that
she
small.
got nervous, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, they were small. No, that's a bummer. At least we got to see them for 2 days. They were cool too. I didn't get to get them on video. I wanted to yesterday, and I thought, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I wanted to see them too.
Yeah, so I told you I could bring one home.
Can I look on the other side of the bridge? Maybe?
Yeah, that might be.
Or should I leave it for you?
I don't know. Just carry it for a minute. It's not heavy. Here we are. Here's our view. River. There's another pipe down there.
The baby cats in that hole.
Yeah, it's a waterfall.
I'm not sure, sweetheart. I think either the mom took them somewhere, or I think actually somebody probably took them.
I think somebody took them.
Careful.
I guess we came to the same conclusion.
Yeah, it's a little bit nicer now that the green leaves came out.
Yeah, it's nice when everything's green. Much better than the tundra.
What is tundra?
When everything's frozen. Frozen wasteland.
Mommy? Oh, can you swim in here?
No,
That view's not as good.
too dirty and cold.
In the summer you can. Not anytime.
Not anytime.
It's all slime on the bottom and trash.
Yeah. It's just a city river.
Oh yeah.
Creek.
It's actually considered river. It's called. What is it called? Forgot.
Sam, get down.
You tell me. Yeah, we don't want to go swimming, Sam. It's not that one.
I want to go swimming.
What does it mean?
Doesn't name. Just the name of the river. Small. Maybe it's kind of like a creek, but it says R, which is Rika River. So.
It's kind of big for a creek, but there's no river. But they call it a Brandywine River. But I think they call it a Brandywine Creek too. All depends on where you are.
Maybe it's skinny here, but bigger somewhere else.
Perhaps.
Look, I see what little wood duck.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we don't have the mallard ducks. We have the, where to go? I can't even see it, so small.
Yeah, it's far.
I got zoom. There's a wood duck.
There's a cat going. Is it the mama cat? On the other side of the bridge.
Where?
Maybe it's a dog.
Cat, dog. It's all the same. We saw some cats after all. They're not kittens though. They're just like big strays.
That one?
What?
That one?
What? Which one's pregnant?
Yes.
Yeah, that one, right?
Сколько здесь кошек, Сэм?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4, да.
Я 4. 1,
2,
2,
4, мне 4.
4.
4
He's getting chicken skin. What a little gang, aren't they?
Remember we had cats in West Virginia?
Oh yeah, I do. They were true wildcats.
Yeah, they wouldn't be so close to you.
They're wild cats.
They're just strays, you know. They look you could probably pet them. I'm not sure you should. Mira, why don't you just...
I'm trying to show them.
I know. He's a cat. If he doesn't know how to eat the food that's in front of him, he'll just die of starvation in the wild. clouds. I mean dust clouds. Alright, that's it. Alright, we never found the kittens, but we're over here at this building that they're building. There's a crane. They basically just lift up all the slabs one by one. They have trucks bringing in a bunch of pieces. They assemble it. It's like Legos. This used to be all dirt. This actually used to be a guy's house. You can kind of see the original structure over there. And he raised goats. He would usually sit out here. I'd wave to him. Sometimes he'd wave back. But he would have his goats just kind of roaming around eating grass. So I don't know, I guess hopefully they compensated him well. On the way back home now. Here's a good fence right here. Probably been there a while.